Thank you for taking the time to subscribe. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. All right, I want to look at the next winter storm system that will be moving through for some. Right now, of course, a lot of cold air, that Arctic air throughout Canada, parts of the United States. However, I also want to show you a warm-up that will eventually be moving in, but also on top of that, this is still the area across Central America lifting up to the north where we're going to see that moisture pumping in, and that will combine with some of the cold air to the north and eventually bring some snow and the potential of some ice as we get down the road. And we'll see how far south some of these fronts get right across the Caribbean. So I want to look ahead. We'll go out in time in just a moment. Right now, a lot of energy diving down in some spots, northwesterly flow. And with that, across Quebec and Ontario, it has been so cold over toward the Great Lakes. Been watching Michigan over toward Wisconsin, back toward parts of New York, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio. Lake effect snow, that is going to be an issue throughout the day with that strong flow coming in out of the northwest, seeing some of that snow as well. You get over toward parts of Montana, over toward the Rocky Mountain states. There is some snow. On the south end of all of this, a little bit of moisture building in here, parts of Louisiana and Texas. This here, though, is rain for a change. Instead of that snow we had a few days ago, temperatures are about to start to warm up, and that is going to play into the forecast as far as what's coming down the road. We get a look at the tropical satellite right across the Caribbean. Now, a few spots to watch out for some of the moisture building. One, Eastern Caribbean, Guyana, Suriname, and then back toward Barbados, St. Lucia, down through Trinidad. We may catch a couple showers. Overnight, I've been watching us in Jamaica. We've had a few showers nearby, and then we get back here, Belize and Honduras in particular, right up through the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. Another decent shot of rain today. We had that yesterday, as expected. I was highlighting that. I'll show you that as we run out some of these models. Let's start wide, though. We have that front roll by off to the east of the Atlantic region of Canada and Bermuda, so that cold air in place. However, we're going to start to see quickly some of that flow coming in out of the south. With that chance of rain, but some of this rain will eventually meet the colder air down in the south. We'll just have to kind of time it out together as we go forward to see who eventually gets rain and who eventually will get some snow. So let's go out in time here, and then I'll slow things down and zoom down in just a moment. There'll be a few quick moving west to east systems as we go over the next several days. This here's by the time we get into next week. This is by Tuesday. We have one front that kind of clears by. That reinforces some cold air. And then by early in the week, over toward parts of Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, the rain starts to build in. That's that moisture feeding into the next winter system. You see here, by the time we get into Wednesday, this is late into Wednesday, so we're looking well out in time here. The first system rolls by, kind of almost an ordinary one. That's going to bring snow to the northeast of the United States and some rain sweeping down to the south all the way back toward Mexico. Like this last kind of round, this will set the stage for some colder weather. So the first system slides by, cold air in place, and then you see what happens here. We start to get some of that snow building, even as we get toward Mexico and Texas. Western side of Texas this time, that chance of snow. Because of that first front, that cold air is in place, that moisture builds, but then it hits some of that colder air. Now, I don't believe the snow is going to be as far to the south as what we just saw. With that said, it's something to keep an eye on. This is well down the road, taking you out in time here. This is as we work our way into a week from now, so this is next Friday, and you can see some of that snow right in through parts of Texas, Oklahoma, right in through here. There's that rain right through coming out of Mexico and the Bay of Campeche again, just kind of lifting right across. And then I'll be monitoring how far south this front will get across the Caribbean. At least in the northern Caribbean, this is going to bring us some chillier nights again as we work our way into next Saturday. So this is not tomorrow, but the following Saturday. So 8 days out. What's going to be interesting with this one is while the snow is not as far to the south, the front will be trailing down to the south, bringing some of that colder air, but there'll be some of that icing that will be possible, potential of an ice storm for some spots. Just monitoring parts of Georgia and then to the north as of now. You see a lot of that pink showing up. That would be the potential of either a mix of rain and snow or simply the potential of an ice storm. But This front will dive a little bit more down to the south. This is by next weekend. See, February 2nd, the front dives all the way down towards Central America, then near Cuba, and then eventually close to the Bahamas, clearing Florida. So once again, across the northern Caribbean, as we work our way into about a week and a half from now, we'll get some chillier weather starting to work in, colder air being reinforced as this system moves by Atlantic region of Canada in the northeast of the U.S. There'll be a better chance of some snow with these next systems coming in, and then a lot of energy coming out of parts of western Canada and the Pacific Northwest of the United States. A lot of fires, of course, over here. So hopefully some of that rain will eventually help out. Now here's how the temperatures play into it, and you can see this initial warm up. First, we have that cold air that's in place that a lot of us have. Across the Bahamas, we've been dealing with that. We've had some of the cooler nights, colder nights over toward parts of Guatemala, for example. Now, as we work our way forward, some of this will try to retreat. You see more of these yellows popping up in oranges. This is by Tuesday. So we're going to see more of that flow coming in out of the south. And that's why, at least initially, I don't expect a ton of snow deep down to the south. Keeping an eye on the Arctic air over toward Quebec, Ontario, back toward parts of the Great Lakes. That's where it's going to be holding. So we are going to see a warm up for many spots that have been colder than usual. Now, as we work our way into next weekend, though, it's going to be a close call. This is when we're watching that next bigger winter system coming in. You see kind of that dividing line between the warm air right out in here and the colder air right back behind it. So timing will be everything to see how far south some of the snow or some of this ice gets and where that rain will be. So it's just going to be kind of a wait and see. This is several days down the road, so this will be something we'll be fine-tuning together. Now, just trying to get a sample of this. This is the snowpack right now where there's snow on the ground. Parts of Louisiana, of course, over toward parts of the Panhandle, really western Florida, and then swinging back toward the Carolinas where we have that big and record-setting snow move in. Now, of course, that's going to see a melt because of those warming temperatures that I mentioned. So that will eventually start to melt and start to go away over the next couple days. Already is in some spots. So let's look ahead. This here's Monday, February 3rd with that next bigger storm system, winter storm system moving in. You see the snow. It's not, this here is just kind of the map doing its thing. This is not snow in here. This is just the map, but I like to use this because it's fine resolution. This here is the snow, this white shading up in here. You see how it's not as far down to the south, but in these areas here, there could also be that potential of an icing situation. That'll be something to watch as we move forward. Now, we've been noting some of that rain together right near Roatan. We had some of the rain heavy at times yesterday. Honduras, Belize, extreme eastern Guatemala, that chance of rain. Watching Cozumel over toward Cancun. Guyana and Suriname, that rain in spotty showers for us. St. Vincent the Grenadines, Grenada, some hit or miss showers. May get one or two Dominican Republic. We work our way back toward Antigua, Barbuda, a couple little showers possible. This here is by tomorrow afternoon. Some of the same areas still seeing some of the rain. Again, monitoring the fronts up to the north, but some spots getting some of the showers. This is our Saturday. Hit or miss in Cuba. We're not looking at a lot. Cuba, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, just a small chance of a shower. But once again, as we work our way into Sunday, some of these same areas, Suriname, Guyana, back near St. Lucia, Dominica, and then again over toward Honduras, a couple of those spotty showers. May get a couple as well as we get toward the northern and central Bahamas by the time we get into the second half of the weekend. On the north side of all of this, this is later today near the Avalon Peninsula. As I mentioned yesterday, getting clipped by that chance of some snow showers, and watching Bermuda as these systems just kind of pull across. We get some of the rain every now and then, but this system rolling by, reinforcing that cold air that is in place. As we work our way into tomorrow, most of the energy stays off the water. Could see a couple snow showers over toward Newfoundland. Still watching out for some of the lake effect snow as we work our way in through our Saturday, and watching some of the rain at times, gusty winds and even a cold rain in parts of Bermuda. And then as we work our way into Sunday, better chance of some snow showers near Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and then we'll be watching out for more of this moisture. But this here on the rainy side, not the snowy side, back through parts of Texas, in Louisiana, as we work our way into our Sunday afternoon. The seas are up today, as I mentioned, Bay of Campeche over toward the Pacific. I was mentioning this yesterday, but you see a lot of greens on the map. It is a bit choppier. Atlantic waters back toward the Caribbean, and as we work our way through the weekend, just watching out for a few spots with some elevated seas, but still of note, the Atlantic waters, Eastern Caribbean flipping over to the Atlantic side. That's where things are going to be rougher. Watching that as well. All of those Atlantic passageways, Bahamas, Puerto Rico, back through the Eastern Caribbean for us, elevated seas 2 to about 3 meters. So we're running at about 7, 8, 9 feet in some spots. So heads up if you have any interest in the water. I mentioned that chance of some showers. So the rain chance not super high. So if we do get some rain, maybe a 1/4 of an inch of rain, maybe about 10 millimeters of rain as we work our way back through the Bahamas. Same thing, Cayman Islands and Jamaica. But for us in Jamaica, I've been watching some of those showers overnight, right? So a better chance of some showers the next few days. Eastern side, we could get a few showers. Haiti, the Dominican Republic, we're looking at a couple showers that will be possible. A little more in the way of purples popping up. Dominica, south. This is where we're going to see, we could get a couple spots getting near 50 millimeters of rain or 2 inches of rain. Not widespread, but a few spots. Dominica, south, Martinique, St. Lucia, Barbados, St. Vincent the Grenadines, Grenada, even near Trinidad, that chance of some showers. But there are those higher totals where we could get a few spots of 100 millimeters of rain or 4 inches of rain. Suriname back toward Guyana, especially eastern end, and of course watching Belize and Honduras closer to the water, even Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama closer to the water for some totals this weekend, through this weekend, of 75 millimeters of rain or 3 inches of some rain. And then we'll be monitoring some of that moisture that will be lifting right up toward the north as we go over the next few days. So the rain chance, it is a touch higher for us, 30 to 40% chance as we go over the next few days. I'll be watching your comments across Jamaica for us in the Cayman Islands. Rain chance not super high, but you see for us on Sunday, we're up to about a 40% chance, and that isolated chance will remain for us in Trinidad and Tobago, about a 30% chance through the weekend. Barbados, 50% chance today, 40% chance tomorrow, 30% chance on Sunday, 30 to 40% chance as we work our way back through St. Lucia, 30 to 40% chance right through the weekend in Grenada. St. Vincent the Grenadines, 50% chance today, and about a 30% chance of a shower tomorrow, and running at a 30 to 40% chance through the weekend in Martinique. Dominica, some passing showers possible today. We'll have a 40% chance, about a 30% chance, so isolated through the weekend in Guadeloupe. Rain chance 30%, Antigua, Barbuda today, 20% chance as we get through the weekend, and about a 20 to 30% chance St. Kitts, Nevis, and Montserrat. 20 to 30% chance through the weekend, Anguilla and St. Bart's. 30% chance today, St. Martin, Saba, and Statia, and a 20% chance, so a pretty low chance of rain as we get through the weekend. Puerto Rico, hit or miss shower for us. Rain chance not super high. Same thing, U.S. and British Virgin Islands. We may see a few passing showers. 10 to 20% chance in the Bahamas. That's it. But northern and central Bahamas, that's where we could see a couple more. There will be a few passing showers. Turks and Caicos by Sunday, the rain chance bounces up to 30%. Dominican Republic, we have a 50% chance of some of those scattered showers for today. 20 to 30% chance, so it goes up a little higher across Haiti. And then as we work our way across Belize, of course, our rain chance is on the higher side, which I've been highlighting. I'll be monitoring your comments, leave your location, and if you're getting rain, I'll be watching your comments throughout the day. We could get brushed by a couple showers of Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, about a 30% chance as we get through the weekend. Then we get back through Guyana. That's where we'll see some isolated flooding, eastern and northern zones, and across Suriname. Look at that rain chance, up to 70%. So giving you that early heads up, watching out for some isolated areas of flooding through the weekend. Passing shower possible right across Cuba. 30 to 40% chance, Costa Rica, Panama, a little bit closer to the Caribbean where we have a better chance of rain. Watching some of that rain that will be around at times in Nicaragua, and then we get back through Honduras, of course, the next at least 2 days. That higher chance of rain, I'll be watching your comments. Rain chance stays minimal, Guatemala and El Salvador, but Guatemala in particular, eastern sections, that's where we could see about a 30 to 40% chance of showers. Mexico City, we're mainly dry. 40% chance of rain, Yucatan Peninsula. Merida, we could get a couple showers, a little bit more as we get over toward Cozumel. Rain chance 10% in northern Colombia, and about a 20 to 30% chance as we work our way back through northern Venezuela. And just watching every now and then for that chance of some rain at times as we work our way back through Bermuda, which I was showing you a few minutes ago. So warmer weather is actually about to build in soon, watching those areas of rain and the areas of isolated flooding, and then watching out for the next big winter system or systems, in particular that one that will be really building by next weekend, and tracking just how far south some of that cold air will get and how far south some of that ice or snow will be getting, and we'll be fine-tuning that together going forward. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for subscribing. Have a wonderful day ahead.